Hi, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of a tailor-made life podcast where every conversation is one step closer to designing the life that God has for you. I am your host, Taylor Renee, and as always, I am so excited to have you back here with me. Just full on disclaimer, Big Mama is obviously going through the trenches right now, okay? She's trying to get her life together just like her mama, okay? So just let her, we're just gonna let her be for right now. It's been a few days since she's had some waters. Another thing, if you guys happen to hear any rambling upstairs, it is the neighbor. I don't know what, she must be training for the Olympics or something. You see that? She's training for the Olympics, obviously, in her apartment. So just ignore that as well. Let's get right to it, shall we? So this past week, I was having a conversation with my father, and we were kind of talking about some things, and I kind of toward the line with how transparent I am with my parents. The whole thing. Like I don't lie to my parents, but sometimes they don't need to know all the gritty details of all the things going on in your life. But this time, I was kind of telling him about how I noticed there are certain things that I need to let go in my life. Certain, behaviors and habits and just ways that I've chosen to live my life. And so that kind of got me thinking, obviously, about the pod and just what that means in relation to not only success in my career, but just in my life, right? The things that I say that I want, right? Like, how am I going to get there if I'm not willing to let my old self go? So yeah, I figured we could talk about it today. I think it's a fun topic. Well, not really fun, but it's a needed topic. It's necessary, right? As humans, we are all wired to want something out of life. We all want some measure of success, whether that's in our careers, at our job, with our family, with our relationship, whatever it is, right? We all want to have something that measures a level of success. We desire a sense of accomplishment and finding peace within that accomplishment, right? But now the question is, what are we willing to let go to make room for what we want? Are we willing to let go? Not even what we're willing to let go, but are we willing to let something go in exchange for the life that we want? Everything comes at a price. Everything has a sacrifice attached to it. Whether that's your time or your money or your resources or whatever the case is, right? There's always going to be some level of sacrifice, some level of letting go that is required. And I think oftentimes when people stay at the same level, when people are at the same place where you left them, it's because they didn't want to let it go. They didn't want to make the sacrifice. And I want to make sure that neither one of us are those people. That means old habits, unhealthy relationships, soul ties, old ways of thinking, bitterness, unforgiveness, idolatry, like all of those things. And I'm speaking very general, very broad right now, right? But all of those are distractions. All of those things are keeping you from that path that God has for you. It's tricky because sometimes your breakthrough isn't necessarily tied to increase. It's not tied to what more you can handle or what promotion you get or, the new relationship, the new boyfriend or whatever the case is. It's not necessarily tied to that. Breakthrough does come through those things, of course, obviously. But that's not everybody's story, and every time will not look that way. Sometimes your breakthrough is letting go. Sometimes your breakthrough is forgiving that person. Sometimes your breakthrough is letting that bitterness go. Sometimes your breakthrough comes from changing your perspective, doing the things that you said you were going to do, harboring some type of discipline for yourself. Sometimes your breakthrough is through the mundane, something that I've been met with and that I still kind of struggle with. And I think just general, like humans, like people, we struggle with this in just in general, right? But it's that point of wanting to still be in the mix, right? Like wanting to still be down with the times, still hippity hoppity. Okay, okay. Okay, but I may cut that out. Okay, still wanting to be, fun in the mix, right? Versus retreating to a place of intermission. And it's a tuggle, right? It's a tussle. It's a back and forth, right? But intermission, simply put, is the act of like withdrawing into solitude. Like it's literally taking time away, withdrawing yourself from people, places, and things into a place of solitude, oftentimes, right, for, spiritual or reflective reasons, right? Going to that place though it's not easy, right? Letting go of your normal way of life is not going to be an easy thing. I think about the time where when I first moved to Orlando, and it's been almost 2 years now. But at that point, I knew I was washing my dishes, and I never forget. I'm like, man, this is crazy that I'm even here right now. Like, and I know I have to let some stuff go. Like, I can't do the same things. Like, I was looking around. I'm like, oh, I can't live the same life that I once lived. And it hit me. Like, it genuinely, nobody was here. I was just washing my dishes like, man, wow. Like, I can't do the same things I used to do. I mean, not to say that they were just bad, but I have to level up. Like, I have to level up. Like, the level up comes with a shedding of your skin. The level up comes with a new level of thinking. And so, yeah, the same thing applies here, where it's like, now I'm met with what is required to reach that level. But the point of intermission is what I like to call is a God break. And I take them pretty often. It's a season where you intentionally retreat to a place of solitude, to a place of loneliness, to hear God's voice, to examine your life, to just let go of something that's been weighing you down. And we all know what that is in our heart. Like, we all know that one situation, that one scenario, that one instance, that one family member, that one whatever. Like, we all know what that is. And it's so important to kind of put ourselves in check, to retreat to that place of solitude, right? And I'm not even talking, again, everything in life is not about your career. Everything in life is not going to be about, how much money you make and all that other worldly stuff. What matters most, and what I'm referring to in this episode, is your life. It's your soul. It's your being. It's who you are as a person, right? We're all made in the likeness and the image of God. Who do you look like right now? And sometimes God puts us in a place of solitude. He puts us in a place of, let me get you by yourself so that you can hear what I'm saying. So again, distancing yourself from just constant social activity, distancing yourself from your friends, from your normal way of life, and replacing it with prayer and reflection and clarity, discipline, obedience. I challenge you, honestly, and myself, we can do it together. But letting something go, I don't care what it is, something small, something big, let it go for the next 2 weeks and see what it's replaced with. Like, I bet you it's going to be replaced with something of such greater magnitude, it wouldn't even be comparable. It wouldn't even be comparable to the thing that you let go. The seeds that I'm sowing at this current time is so that I will have a better harvest in the next season. Not to say that, this season is bad or whatever the case is, or, life is hard or whatever. No. But in order to progress, in order to level up, in order to get to the place where I know that God has called me, and where He's called you, you're going to have to let it go. Either now, and you can do this the easy way or the hard way, right? You can receive the message through an episode, through a podcast, right? Or He can force you to. So we kind of pick, you and I get to pick, right? We have a freedom of choice. But I know for myself, I'd rather get it. I'd rather get it before it gets bad. I'd rather let it go before I'm forced to let something go. Because if you're forced to let something go, now it hurts. Right? Now something dramatic, something extreme has happened in your life where now you're forced, right? Now you have no option. Now you're begging, pleading, crying. When you could have got it, a few weeks ago, when he politely told you, when you politely heard the podcast, when you politely heard the message from somebody telling you to let something go, and you don't want to listen. I've been there too. But yeah, so like I said, I want to take this challenge together. I want to hear about things that you're currently letting go in this season. Like, what are you letting go in hopes of picking up? What are you dropping in this season, this week? What are you dropping? What are you going to stop doing? What are you going to stop thinking about? What are you going to stop, pouring into? When is something going to change? You want change? Let something go. Let it go. It's nothing in this world that's more important than your peace and your success. Nothing more important than the calling that God has on your life. Nothing more important than where He's trying to get you to. So, what are you going to let go to get there? I need to answer the question myself. So, goodbye. No, sorry. No. With that being said, you guys, please, please, please comment and subscribe. I really enjoyed this episode. This is one that I needed to hear. Really enjoyed this. I've been enjoying this time, of course, our journey together. And yeah. Till next time. Bye.